Hi guys, Deb Acker here with the New Paradigm Love channel. And so while this channel is really all about creating that juicy, delicious relationship, having a partner really show up for you how you want them to, every single relationship in our life, every single aspect in our life gives us the opportunity to show us more in our relationships, to show us our gaps in our relationships, and then to start to change these to call the love in our lives that we have been desiring. And so today I really want to talk about this idea of, what to do. What do you do when you have a different viewpoint, right, than a loved one, right? And so what I want to first look at is right now in your field, what does this look like for you? When you have a different viewpoint than a loved one, how do you show up? Do you run away? Do you kind of fight them and try to push them to get them to see your viewpoint? What is it that you are doing? And then the question to ask yourself is, why am I doing that? Like, why am I really doing that? And so much of the time where we're doing it is because we don't feel safe, right? We feel scared when we don't feel safe. And so it's important, once you've done that and identified whatever that feeling is, instead of trying to just keep pushing or keep forcing or running away or whatever your go-to pattern is, feel whatever is present for you. So again, if there's fear coming up around, I'm not safe if that person doesn't believe what I believe, right? Which is a deep-seated subconscious fear, right? But if there's fear coming up, can you let yourself start to have access to that, right? Can you start to feel the spaces in your body that contract as a result of that person not believing what you want them to believe, or not having the same viewpoint as you? Then from there, once you've really felt it, right? So let's just take a second right now. If you're tapped in, I'm imagining if you're watching this video, you probably have something present for you around a situation or scenario that's happened for you where maybe you had a different viewpoint than a loved one. And so from there, what I want you to do is we're going to just take a second right now. I want you to feel it. So I want you, that fear that you're feeling maybe of getting close to them, that fear that you won't be able to be yourself in your relationship, which is a huge part of New Paradigm Love. Huge, right? Let's feel that. So let's just take a second and just tapping in, noticing where is it in your body, right? And if you were to, instead of turning it down or trying to avoid it or mute it, if you were to actually turn it up, so turn the dial up. So if it lives maybe in your solar plexus or it lives in your heart, can you really either turn it up and or dive into that part of your body, dive into that space in your body and let yourself have that fear, right? Let yourself have that emotion. So just taking a second to do this right now. You're going to notice it getting lighter, right? We always think that if we dive into that fear, if we dive into that feeling, it will take us down or it won't ever go away. But that's what actually shifts it, right? That's what clears it for us. And then from there, can you see that person that you are interacting with, especially if it's a loved one, and especially if it's someone you want to be in relationship with, can you see that loved one in front of you? And can you see their humanity, right? Can you see the part of them that maybe knows no better, or that picked up or took on this viewpoint to feel safe in their own world, right? Took on the viewpoint that they believe. Maybe that's different from yours, right? Can you see their humanity and even feel, connect your heart to their heart? And just taking a second to get really, really clear with that and feeling them. Now, the key here, especially if your go-to is to run away or to be like, that's it, it's over, I'm done, right? And especially, I'm not talking about if it's any kind of abuse, but if your go-to is that, and you desire to stay in that relationship, right? And you want to try to clear this up, the key here, and again, another huge aspect of New Paradigm Love, is really to actually practice relating. So instead of running away or avoiding or ignoring it and or doing like cancel culture, right? And going, I'm not talking to them again, or I'm not talking to them for a week or a month. can you lean in, right? You know, once you've seen their humanity and maybe recognized, wait a minute, they're just doing the best that they can, just like me. Can you lean in and actually have a conversation with them around what's going on for you, around your experience, and welcome their experience, right? Which might look like, hey, I know we had this argument about X, Y, and Z. Tell me what's really up for you. Tell me why, you know, you're so strong in your conviction around this. What's really present for you? What's really going on for you? What are you really scared of, right? And you also sharing your own part of that and your own piece of that. And saying, even if you can't find that middle ground, really starting to have that conversation, have that connection, have that dialogue, and being in that practice. So again, there's so many aspects in this video around new paradigm love, and even if it's not with a partner, and even if it's just with a friend or a family member, these practices, every single moment that we are practicing these practices, every single moment that we are taking these practices into our world, we are not only creating all of our relationships, we are creating the love that we are desiring in our world, right? So we are taking that fierce stand to speak our truth, that we believe that our truth is important, and that also that we believe that multiple truths can exist in one place, right? That you having your truth doesn't make another's truth wrong. So that is today's video. If you're looking to dive deeper into this work, you can check out my relationship assessment. This is where we talk about what's the truth of what's really causing your relationship pain and how to begin to shift this. So there'll be a link for that below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. And of course, if you got value from this video, definitely make sure to like it. Thanks so much.